At the Texas Mile, we always like to honor God and country. So we have the Christian Motorcycle Association here that is going to lead us in a prayer.
Very good. Lord, we thank you for this awesome day. Pray for all of the drivers, all the crews, all the staff, everyone around, for safety and for consideration of others. Lord, we thank you for Shannon and all of her faithful staff here. Pray that you bless them richly for what they've done here to provide a venue for us to just come out and have fun. Lord, thank you again for all of your blessings. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Amen.
And we also have, and I'll let you introduce Kathy Taylor, who we have here with us today.
Nice to be with you this morning. I'm Kathy Taylor from here in Beeville. I work with both the Cub Scouts and the Boy Scouts. We have a young man, a young Cub Scout with us today who's going to bring in the flag for us. Nicholas, color guard, advance. Color guard, halt. Post the colors. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
color guard, return to post. Thank you. We hope all of you have a wonderful day.
Thank you very much. All right, fantastic. We're getting our race director pulled in from the other side. For those of you who have been with us before, we typically start this first day at about 9:30, something like that, because there's still a lot of setup going on. We were able to start this morning. Literally, the drive-through went through at 7:30 for the first group that was at meetings yesterday evening, and we had first on track at about 7:45 a.m. with over a 200-mile-an-hour pass. So it's been a great morning. Some of the things, good morning. Some of the things that I want to talk to you about, and then we'll have Ryan here to talk to you about on course. But in order for us to be able to host this event, it takes a tremendous partnership. This facility has the involvement of the City of Beeville, of the Bee Development Authority, as well as Bee County. And there are personnel and people that from all different divisions that are assisting us, including with the businesses here in town. And so one of the key things is we've got people here from all over the United States. We even have a film crew that's coming in, a magazine crew that's coming in from Japan. One of the key things too is that it takes a tremendous support of this community in order for us to physically be here. So I would ask that you please take a look at this that you got in your bags when you registered or when you checked in here. Please take a look at this. There is tomorrow evening. It's called Around the Town in Beeville. Around the Town Saturday night. And there's a list of several different businesses that they have here. Retail location, entertainment bars and clubs, and restaurants. If you will please go and pick out a few of those. They're going to have different activities taking place at each one of the locations. Go and thank those business owners for their support in this community, and let them know that you've come here for the Texas Mile, because that does a lot. Because in order to be able to host this event, I have to go in front of a lot of different boards and get a lot of different votes. And so it's very important that we show our respect back to this community. So if y'all please participate in some of those things on Saturday night, that would be greatly appreciated, because they do a lot for us to be able to be out here. And we're very appreciative of that. Thank you very much. Radio station, 88.9 is the channel. Let us know how that is working throughout the facility. It worked very well last time. We might need to make some adjustments in the antenna, but let us know how that's working. We also have these listening stations. I turned this one off so that we wouldn't be overhearing that for right now, but I did turn this one off. What was that first pass, by the way, this morning, Ryan?
217. 217 maybe?
217.
220. So.
Okay. So fairly quick pass. Talked about around the town. We're going to have a ribbon cutting tomorrow right after lunch, just for about 5 minutes. So if anybody wants to be there for those ceremonies. your programs that we normally have, those are arriving today. So come by and say hello back to Jessica, and you can pick up your programs as well. Also, we have, you should be getting some lanyards that are being passed out to you. And if you haven't got one, we have tons of those. The BRM is a French watchmaking company. They have sponsored some awards for different people for this event, including a handcrafted watch that they have just flown in that is going to go to the individual who sets the highest record for this course between the May event and between this event. And it's a watch that is valued, and again, it's handcrafted and it's valued at about, and it's specially made and it has the Texas Mile logo on it, but it's valued at between about $5,000 and $7,000. So it's a very significant award that they are providing for the event. Adtronics is also here. Thank you very much. If you've received your license, or you'll be getting your license at the end of this event, wonderful job. Thank you very much. Those look awesome. And then we also have VP Racing Fuel. Some folks have been asking about them. This big hangar that is right here, they're right at the end of that hangar. Okay, so if you need your fuel, you can go over to that area. Taste Sensations, we changed up the setup last time, is over here for food. Also, Duffy's Golf Cart Rentals is right around this corner if you're interested in renting a golf cart. Snap-on Tools will be here on Saturday and Sunday. If my husband's not at the line, I'll probably be finding him on the Snap-on Tool truck. RSC Rentals has provided us the big generator that helps us keep everything that's going on around here. We've got tons of people staying here on site. You'll see that, well, fortunately there has been some rain, so that the people here in this community are going to have some hay, but they haven't had hay. So we were not able to use hay, but Discount Tire donated 1,000 tires in order for us to help make tire walls and some barriers that we have out there. And then also we have your Republic gear, so the 324 logo here, as well as the current blank logos. These are the last events for those logos. Those are going away. So next year it will be for the number for the highest speed between the May event and this event. And then again, when you see any workers from the city of Beeville, Bee County, or the Bee Development Board, please thank them, because they're a great partnership for us to be able to be out here and to be able to come in this facility. This facility is an active facility, and as well as it has some different businesses here, so it takes a huge partnership. So if you see them, please let them know. Ryan, I will turn it over to you. Thank y'all for being here, and thank you for supporting the Texas Mile.
Morning, everybody. All right, we made quite a few changes to the event. Obviously, for anybody first-timers to this new location. All right, so you guys probably have some questions about licensing, I'm sure. So let me go ahead and start off with licensing level. Basically what I've done now, since we had a new location, I'm going to instigate a licensing level. Basically, if you sent in some paperwork or didn't send anything at all, you've got a blue wristband. Hold your arm up for me, sir. Okay, that is a good up to 165. Okay, you're limited. I don't care if your car is tagged for over 200 or whatever. You're limited to 165. All you need to do is make a pass between 140 and 165. Not slide off track. Make sure you stop in the right zone. Everything. Show me that you can control your car. And then when you get your time slip, you move up to the next color wristband, which is going to be green. There you go. All right. So now that's a Class B level. That's good up to 190 miles an hour. If you make a speed pass between 180 and 200 in that window, we go and move you up to Class A, which is purple. After Class A, speed window is 205 to 220, and then you move up to a high level. Tommy, you got an orange one on. Kelly's got an orange one on. Okay? All right. So now you're unlimited. The sky's the limit. But one wristband per car does not qualify you for bike, or vice versa. Just because you're unlimited in one, Kelly can't now jump on a motorcycle and do unlimited, okay? He's got to work his way up in the other class. Same thing on your licensing level. You'll notice by the number on there. The different number will tell us whether you're a car or a bike. All right, in the paddock, just like in our Goliad location, the speed limit is 10 miles an hour. I understand that you just went fast enough to set the sun on fire, but okay, You're excited. People are not paying attention. They get tired, whatever. Kids, pets, they're out in the middle of nowhere. Make sure you keep it at 10 miles an hour. Also, no children on any bikes, rollerblades, skateboards. You turn your head once and they're out in front of you, okay? Same thing with pets. Please keep them on a leash, okay? Grid. Now, I have a whole new setup for grid. You're going to have to work with me here, but I hope you like it. Instead of putting bikes on one side and cars on the other, it is now a first come, first served basis. I have lanes, okay? Lane 1 fills up with whoever shows up. Whether it's 100 bikes or 10 cars, whoever it is, lane 1 fills up. We close lane 1, we direct you to lane 2. Lane 3, lane 4, and all, okay? When we start taking people, we'll start with lane 1. When lane 1 gets empty, we'll start on lane 2, okay? This way, first come, first serve. Nobody's getting more runs than anybody else. A few of you guys who need tire warmers, you'll still do like you did before. You'll put your numbered cone in line and you will park over on the side with your generator and your tire warmer. You cars that have a tow vehicle that you can't drive under your own power, you need to be towed up there, we're going to pull you to the far side of grid so we don't have a tow vehicle and 18 feet of rope and then a car. That basically takes up an entire lane, okay? Tow vehicles, cars that have a tow truck, you will also need a cone to hold your place in line. Write your number on it so we know who it belongs to. Do not let me catch you with your bike in one spot or your vehicle in one spot and a cone in another. You're not allowed to hold multiple places in line, okay? You're also not allowed to put a cone in line while your bike is there or car is in the pits. Your vehicle must be up there on my grid before you're holding a spot. Fair enough? Okay? Now, other than that, it works the same. Basically, when we release one line, we'll come to the second one and say, hey, you need to have your stuff on, okay? We won't let you go into the staging area without your stuff. Staging area works exactly the same. You go up around, you take your direction from the staging official. Once you get into the burnout area, if you so choose to, you may smoke your tires once directed to do so. Other than that, start taking your direction from the starter. As soon as that vehicle leaves his line, he's going to flag you up. He wants you to come up there and come up there now. As soon as the car turns onto the return row, he's going to tell you to go. He wants you off his line, okay? The longer you play around and do whatever, the longer it's taking other people to get up there and race. Also, it does not take 15 people to help you get up to the starting line and turn on your camera, okay? I'm not letting all your crew wander up with you so they can watch you take off from the line. Fair enough? Okay. Now, once you're on the mile, just like Goliad, we're using the right side, but it's like 50, 100 feet across. It's quite a big space. You can really go wherever you want in there, okay? Find a sweet spot. There are parts of the track that are slightly smoother than the others. Find what works best for you. Like always, we have the quarter mile, half mile, 3/4 mile signs. We do have a new half-mile speed trap. I don't know if Shannon told you about that or not. We also have the mile trap. For example, she told you about Carl doing 217. He was doing 197 at the half mile. So that way you can understand where your acceleration comes from.
Should that be printed on your time slip? Half mile?
Typically, I think they're just printing the fastest time, but they can tell you that, or those will be in results, I believe.
When you pass that mile spot, will you see the time in front of you?
Will they say on the radio?
We want you focused on the track. We don't need you looking to see how fast it's going. Okay? So, fair enough. So, now, if there is an issue on track, if you have a fire in your vehicle, okay, please use your fire extinguisher if it's safe to do so. If the car is engulfed in flames, get out. Okay, crash rescue will be there before you can blink twice. I'm telling you, they will handle it. It's just a car. We can replace. All right, we can't replace one of you. Also, if there is a catastrophic wreck on course, you need to let your crew or loved ones know this. They cannot come to you. I understand how difficult of a decision that is, but I have trained medical personnel here to handle it. I also will have the life flight helicopter hanging out here. So literally there will be almost no downtime to get you out of the vehicle and get you on the bird and get you down. Does that make sense? Okay? They can't do that if somebody is screaming and crying and banging on you and pleading with you, okay? If that happens, they're going to have to have a talk with one of our law enforcement officials, and that's just making a bad day worse, okay? What you need to do is you need to find Shannon. She'll be at the starting line. She'll be in constant radio contact and let your loved ones and your crew know when it's safe to come down and get you or your vehicle or whatever. Fair enough? All right, everybody's cool on that. Also, the life flight bird. That is a working helicopter. If they get a call, they're in the bird and they're gone. You can't go sit in the cockpit. Your kids can't play with things, okay? It's off limits. Last time, apparently, we had to keep running people away from that. All right, other than that, with my grid, I left out, don't vehicles left on the grid unattended. If you wander off and we have to route the line around your vehicle, you now move to the back of the line. You got to stay up there. Fair enough? All right. Grid staging on track, shut down. Now, we had some issue with some transitions last time. Basically, the problem was there was about an inch and a half difference between pavements, okay? They came through and they cut out sections and made it nice and smooth. What they didn't understand is exactly what happens. At 40 and 50 miles an hour, that was a nice smooth transition. At 140 miles an hour, that was a ramp, okay? They have now fixed that. They're now 10 feet wide. I've yet to hear anybody say anything negative about that. So hopefully that issue is all taken care of. Also, the last 1,000 feet was a little gravelly. It was really old asphalt. Whenever we would street sweep it up, we would knock more gravel loose. That has been repaved, okay? So that should be really good. First run should be leveled out just to test your vehicle and some of our new things. Fair enough? Now, once you make the turn on the return row, the track is now clear. If for any reason on the track, if you lose power, don't just coast all the way to the end. Use one of our turnoffs, okay? Because it's like 1.75 miles, so it's going to take you 7 minutes to coast all the way down there. We could have had 7 more runs in between there, okay? The only thing I need to tell you is once you pass the timing trailer at the mile marker, there's one quick turnoff there. You can use that one. That's all right. Next one is a really pretty nice black runway. That is completely off limits. If you pass the timing trailer, you must go all the way to the end and turn to your right. Once you go about 200 feet or so down the way, you'll see an RV. There somebody will walk out and hand you your time slip and upgrade your color wristband right there. That's what I was doing. That's why this meeting started a little late. I got nobody down there doing that right now. Well, I had to get somebody down there doing that. Okay, any questions so far? We're good? Shoot.
I got one. If we qualified back in May,
Okay.
you don't have our license here,
Okay.
and see you after this meeting.
Yep, see me after this meeting, okay? Now, like within 3 minutes after this meeting, once I handle anybody who has a question or an issue for me directly, we are going to go do a drive-through. We're going to stop the track, and I want you people to see it. We're not going to stop on the track, and I'm not going to sit and talk to you, but we are going to do a slow-speed drive-through. You do not have to take your race vehicle. You can jog up in the back of a pickup or a golf cart or your little pit bike or whatever it is you got, right? At least see the track, especially even if you were here in May and you want to see what the new pavement looks like or what the transitions look like, I recommend please come through the drive-through. But as soon as we take off from the line, as soon as that last vehicle goes, we're shutting it down. You can't go get a cup of coffee, you can't go talk to your buddy and they're like, oh, I didn't get to see it. You missed your window, okay? It's a very small window because we're shutting down a live track to do this. Everybody okay with that? All right. Like always, no glass bottles on the hard surface. Drop them, it causes issues. No barbecue pits due to fire hazard. All the buildings around here are, just like Olean, are off limits. Don't let me catch you around messing around, anything like that. Especially the buildings over in this area. Don't be wondering that way. Okay, that should be self-explanatory, but let's leave the boys alone. Don't acknowledge them to whatever. They leave us alone, we leave them alone. Everything's great and wonderful. Cool? Anybody got anything for me other than this gentleman over here?
So, after I drive it, do we have to get our license first? Or?
You should have a wristband on already. It's got a color. Okay. Now, once you make a pass and you get your timing ticket, as long as you're blue, so you are Class C. Okay. You make a pass between 140 and 165, you move up to the green. Between 180 and 200, you'll move up to the purple. And then 205 and 220, you'll move up to the orange.
So this is our license.
Okay, that is your license.
Be careful not to exceed 165 on the first pass.
Say again?
You have to be careful not to exceed 165 on the first pass.
Right.
Okay.
So, cool?
So I just have a question. If you're got a green band and you're supposed to go 140, 165.
Green, if you have a green wristband,
Well, sorry, blue. If you go faster than 165 to half mile point,
as long as your mile speed says 140 to 165, I don't care how you do it.
Hit the brakes.
Okay? Also, your license level does not supersede your tech level for a car. If you have a license that's good to 215, but your car is only tech to 190, your speed limit is 190. Does that make sense? Okay? But your license is good for any car. So let's say you have a license to 215, that car is good for 190. You may get in another car that's good to, unlimited. So it doesn't matter what you're in, but it's a car. That's your license for any car or your license for any bike. Right? Does that make sense? Cool. Any other questions? Shoot.
If you want to later in the weekend put another rider on the vehicle, what does that entail?
That involves that lady in there and money, and I don't handle any of that. So.
That's better I was going to say, Brian, I'm on the waiting list, but I had emailed you all the information.
I should have some of that. I have like 5 or 6 people send me their stuff on the waiting list. So I do have that on my sheet in there. So, fair enough? Anybody else?
So if somebody, let's just say, decides they've had enough, I'm not going to jinx anything, do we just tell somebody to say that a waiting guy can jump?
You just let Jessica know, hey, my stuff's broke, I'm tired, I don't want to do it. I've got it the most speed that this vehicle will do, I'm done, right? Jessica will then take your name off, she'll call the next person on the waiting list, hopefully this guy, and you're good to go.
So to the standby guy.
Yeah, okay.
Stay away from my car.
Right? Yeah. Now I understand sometimes some of you break and you're trying to fix it. Just because you have to wait a half a day, you think you're going to get it fixed, that's fine. You can still, you don't have to tell them right away, well, I'm broke now and maybe, I don't know. If you know you're not going to get it fixed, parts are unattainable or it exploded and it's just not repairable, then let Jessica know. Fair enough? Everybody else? Okay, 3 minutes to be at the starting line.